All right. So what's the next thing you want to talk about?
I don't know. What is the next thing I want to talk about? I totally forgot all of the VR.
Okay.
Yes, technology. That's what we're on right now. Technology.
Yes, here.
This guy's channel, this Seymour channel. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Back when VR was first starting, I had seen this guy's channel. And I was like, it's cool, you know. And this was when VR chat it was really huge. Technically, it still is huge when you do VR chat. Can you show the thing in the corner, like his? There you go, Seymour. So his previous videos were just regular VR chat videos where every now and then it would be, kid talks about this during whatever. Yeah, if you go back,
Okay. You
even
want me
go
to go
back
all the way
further.
back, or
No, just yeah, go back a little bit more. All right, so right here, virtual reality monkey, it can't hurt you. It's like stuff like this. Getting bullied by a hamster in VR chat. I
mm-hmm.
went to a wedding in VR chat. So you see all these like little different things. It's that's what it turned into.
Okay.
Um, Before it was more just regular little VR chat videos, but when you get into VR chat, it gets intense. Like
In what way?
there's things that so the first thing that I remember in VR chat that happened a long time ago, it was where do you remember the I'll show you the way type the little
Yeah, the
knuckles
knuckles.
meme?
Yeah, retarded knuckles or
Yeah,
whatever they call them.
is that what they called them?
I think so. The whole "Do you know the way?" and then he looks all super messed up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, he's not supposed to. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like with the eyes and stuff. Yeah. So in VR chat, how you can import your models and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be just a bunch of these knuckles, and they're like little tiny
Mm-hmm.
knuckles running around your feet, and they're saying all these things. They're yelling it. Just yelling it out constantly, and it's annoying as hell.
Mm-hmm.
There in this game, there were a bunch of VR people around in this like room. I forgot what they were doing in there. I guess they were talking and chatting or whatever. And one of the guys, he had a full, like not a full suit, but he had the tracking and everything. He had the tracking on his feet. So his
Okay.
model was like a one-to-one type thing where if he moves, it looks like he's walking or moving.
Okay. So yeah, the
He
whole
actually
treadmill
had a
thing.
stroke. Yeah, he actually had a stroke in real
Mm.
life. He fell
While
on the
in VR.
while in VR chat. Yes, he had a no. Was he? No, I'm sorry. It wasn't a stroke. He had a seizure.
Okay.
He started convulsing, had a seizure. He dropped to the floor, and during that time, everybody was like, "Yo, man, are you okay?" Like they stopped kidding, like they stopped
Mm.
playing around. And there was this one little Knuckles that would go up to him, and he kept messing with him. Like
Mm.
basically, the way, blah blah blah. And people were like, "Yo, can you shut up? Like this dude is like in pain right now. Like something's really wrong." And he shut up. Like they defended this
That's
dude,
cool.
and
That's
they was talking to him, trying to say that they're here with him while he was having that, to like let him know that he's not alone. It
that's cool.
was amazing. And that clip is somewhere around like YouTube right now. So like when I say like stuff gets intense, like stuff like that
Mm.
happens. But there's also conversations that are had as well, or or you can hear like random things. It's like people share. Like you
Mm.
don't really think about it, but people do want to connect in the world.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
you
Human
look at
nature.
people,
Yeah.
like
Mm.
yeah, you think people want to be alone or like left alone or they don't want to be bothered, but usually they want to talk to somebody, no matter who it is or for what reason.
Mm.
So in here, this guy Seymour, he actually collects a lot of these conversations.
Okay.
So there's a conversation where the guy with the Kermit suit, he's talking about how he's bullied at or he was bullied at school. There, of course, the wedding in VR chat and a divorce. I don't know if that's actually real or not because it's like 5 minutes. But if you scroll to the
Mm.
top, if you can go back to the gunner one, this was so cool to me because this guy, he's a gunner.
Mm.
He was a gunner in the military, and he talks about how it was. And I actually know a gunner, like a Marine, in real life, he was like one of our student actors or whatever, and he talked stuff was pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like partial hearing because of like the guns he was shooting at the time. Like, you know how those things, they don't give you ear protection, that kind of thing. This guy goes into extreme detail. Also, I just love how dope this is because like it's, of course, Seymour is like Winnie the Pooh, and then you got this military guy who's basically being Anakin. So you can play it.
Okay.
Gunners would break, self-identify for like alcoholism or PTSD, and they obviously weren't flying anymore on gunships. Rotator cuff issues, back issues, knee issues. The gunner job itself was actually really hard on the body, and it broke a lot of people. People tried to get out of it, but for gunners, it wasn't easy to get out of. We actually used to make jokes about it, like the gunship flew on cancer. The cancer rate in the gunship community is actually pretty high because we have like some of the most cancerous substances known to man on there. They had Air Force quality or some kind of medical people come out and do like an air test while we were doing live fire on the gunship. The amount of lead in the air while we were shooting was so high that they were like, you should be on oxygen literally all the time. And we weren't. And we didn't, even with that advice. Towards my last deployment, I felt like death when I woke up. I'd have headaches near constantly, irritability, trouble sleeping. Like it felt like I was dying. It was sold to you. Like they knew how bad it was. They didn't try hiding it. They just didn't care what it was doing to their bodies until it caught up with them. This job is amazing enough to keep doing it until you can't physically anymore, is basically what some of the old heads told you.
I'm trying to go over the peace sign for like bunny ears, but instead it looks like I'm trying to use Jedi mind tricks on you. I was working at Toys R Us as a stalker. Not stalking in Toys R Us.
I was like, wait, what?
But like a stalker. Probably not a good
Stalker, okay.
inside Toys R Us with all the children around. Probably not the model employee or the guy that you would expect to end up on gunships, because I was just a big stoner.
What was the point where you were like, I'm done with Toys R Us? Because I feel like you just want to get away from it.
You gotta do something.
Toys R Us. Pretty sure like it factored in the fact that I showed up every day stoned to like a kid-friendly establishment. I was like a year out of high school. My life's going nowhere fast because I was like, everyone who graduates high school, they're like, I'll do something in like a year and I'll be like a young hot
It falls apart.
and whatever. I'm not just gonna wake up one day with like a $1 million idea. I've got to start, doing something with my life. My uncle, he kind of runs like a body shop. One day he came to visit us and he kind of pulled me aside and he's like, hey man, what are you doing with your life? Look at your dad. He was in the military. Your mom was in the military. They're successful. And I'm about to be foreclosed on my house because my body shop's going under because I'm 40 years old and I can't, my body just can't keep up with the amount of work I have to do to keep a roof over my head. I actually hated the military in all aspects of it. Was never going to do it. Swore that I would not follow my parents' footsteps. And then that's exactly what I did. My dad's in like $100K plus paying job in like the government. My mom was retired and she was working for the civilian sector, and she was about to get like her military retirement on top of the 10 years of civilian service. So she was about to have 2 retirements. And I looked at them and I'm like,
damn,
wow, okay, they're successful and they went in the military and I have no direction. Maybe the military will give me that direction if it worked for my parents.
Go on that college program.
Okay, now did he find a way back?
Pause real quick. Like that right there, I feel like that's the story that I hear all the time from people in the military. It's like it's something that is shown to them as like you'll always have money coming in, the retirement, all the benefit, like the military benefits, but like they hear all the good stuff, but none of the dark stuff. Just like college, like. I want you to come here because your future is going to be amazing if you come here. And then when you get there, it's like it's tuition, it's the horrible debt that you stay in, the way that sometimes they may end up flunking you just to keep you going there, so that way they can keep getting that money from you. Yep. And the constant not even the ability to get a job after you get out.
Yep.
In
It's
the
not there.
thing that you trained in, is not there. And I know 2 guys that was in the military. Their parents made so much like they make hella money, bro. Hella money, bro. And they got so many different degrees and stuff like that because they did it while they was in the military and all this other stuff. And then when they got out, not only do they have their like retirement for that, but they also have their huge paying. Well, I don't know if they still have them. I don't know. Huge paying jobs that make over 6 figures a year, and they can base it off of the military type thing. And it's like, it sounds amazing, but you think that like that's what's going to happen for you, but then you have stories like this. I got in the military. I can't hear anymore. I got lung cancer. I got like 2 knee replacements. Like it's that sort of thing. That's like, oh, also you have these benefits, but also you have this as well, and you have PTSD, and you have to come back and get medication, and you have to go to the VA, but the VA won't really take care of you because there's other veterans out there that still need their medication. They've been waiting for 5 months, and then you have the other veterans that I have no problem with the VA. I always get my stuff on time. I always get this. I always get that. But then you have those other ones that just like fall through the cracks, and it's like, sorry,
it's a fucked up system, yeah. And the military recruiters
job on the way out.
And the military recruiters, they lie to you just like the college recruiters do. They'll be like, oh yeah, I can get you this job, or I can do this, I can do that for you. And they realize that they're just telling you anything you want to hear to get your signature on that dotted line. That's all that matters.
I mean, the military is a necessity. I'm not hating on it, right? Well, I am hating on it in certain aspects because I come from technically a military family. My grandfather, my uncle, well, pretty much my household at that point, but it's still, I know the stories, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I hear it all the time. And it's the military is great for some people, but not so great for everybody else. You know, like some people are like, they can swear by it. The other people, not so much because they don't get any help. I still have family members that's like, I still can't get my benefits. And it's like, they can't do anything about it because it's the government, you know?
That's going to
go on its own time.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I have an uncle that was in the military, and my sister was in one part of the services for a bit. But it seems like to me, because I've always treated the military as like a last resort. Like if I didn't have nothing going on, I couldn't get a job. I mean, I thought about it before I got my job, but I'm over fucking weight, so that ended that. But it's one of those things where I always treat it like it's one of those like, okay, if I don't got shit going, get in, get out, stay my 8 years or whatever, and then get out. You know, at least with some benefits or after a college degree or something. You know, but I mean, I don't know if that's hard to do. I got a friend who did it. And I think my sister did it like that. So I don't know how hard it is to do that in the various services. But, I mean, that's how I would always treat it, unless you wanted to make a career out of it and then travel the world or do whatever it is that they do.
Man, even as a young adult, I was way too headstrong to do stuff like this. I don't take authority well. You know,
Me neither.
I really don't. Getting yelled at, someone getting in my face, is like, it's very hard for me to be okay with that. And usually, and it happened in high school. You know, I wasn't in ROTC, but we had band directors that was like, golly, dude, you're intense, you know, like for no reason. Even then, it was just like, all right, man, what do you want me to do? You know, okay, cool, I'll go do that. You know, and it's just like you become desensitized to like people yelling in your face. Holy crap, Google, shut the golly, my bad. Sorry, I don't understand. That's because I wasn't talking to you.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm the same way. I just don't trust the government. It's like I believe in a lot of things in the military, but for me, it's like go over here and shoot that Nerf gun at that guy. You know, and I'm like, well, who is that guy though? Oh, just go over there and do it because we say so. No, I don't trust you. No, thank you. Now, if we had like enemy troops marching up and down the street, that's something different. I'm gonna be being American with everybody else. I'm gonna go get mine, go outside, go handle business. But going over to somebody else's front street, it's like, I don't believe in that.
Man, for me, it's that idea of the whole Tuskegee Airmen thing. It's like if you're gonna pump people full of gonorrhea and stuff or what chlamydia or something like that. That's what they did. Like they gave them chlamydia on purpose. They said it was vitamin shots just to see what it would do to the human body. It's like, and then like really, you tell people it's vitamin shots and you tested it on nothing but black people.
It wouldn't be the first time. I mean, the government is known. That's the reason why I don't trust them. They're known for doing dirty stuff. Look at Vietnam. All that napalm that they dropped over there messing up soldiers. And then you had, what was it, in Desert Storm? You had like mustard gas and all the stuff that with all the dirty stuff that they dropped over there in Iraq back when we were young. And they're all messed up because of that. And it's like, and I'm pretty sure the Operation Iraqi Freedom wasn't all that together different. I mean, you got regular soldiers and, you know, getting messed up all day, every day because of that shit. It's like, nah. I remember watching the video, and I think I may have shared it with you or shared it to somebody, where this guy was filming, riding in a Humvee in a convoy, and he was just filming like, you know, like a YouTube video or something he was going to share to social media, and he was driving, and like the Jeep behind his hit a landmine and blew up. And he got the whole thing on camera. And it showed you how lucky he was because he was in the Jeep ahead of the one that blew up. And I'm assuming they just didn't hit the IED. So, and it showed it, like the camera caught the Jeep blowing up. And then I guess the guy, you know, quickly hurry up and put it away and everything. But I was like, damn, like that shows you how easy it is for you to lose your life over there and like that. It's like, so to agree to do that, you either have to be an adrenaline junkie or been groomed into like, okay, we joined the military, you know, your whole family, you're going to be in it from day one and you're groomed to be that. Or it has to be like this guy's situation where he was like, look, I don't know what to do with my life. It can give you some kind of direction. It's good for that. And let's say instilling discipline or making you a disciplined person because they groom a lot of that stuff into you. So it can be a benefit. But you have to know all of the dangers that go along with it. When you sign that line, you don't get to choose like a cushy job because that's what everybody did. You get you take whatever tests and they place you where either they want to place you or where they need you. And you're stuck doing whatever that is until you can, you know, move out of it and put your time in.
They'll tell you there's opportunities. You know what I mean? But they won't tell
will lie their ass off.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, cause they came to our high school multiple times saying we have opportunity. Like, man, it's crazy how many times they came to our school. We were inner city, like school. So basically public school. And they came to us so much. And then like ROTC, honestly, ROTC is nothing but like, it's just grooming you to be in the military.
That's exactly what I mean. I was in ROTC in my high school. So yeah. Or at least for a couple years, but yeah. Baby military. That's what it is.
They were taking ROTC credits, bro. They were taking ROTC credits, and for that, they would bump you up in rank in the actual military because you was in ROTC. Yeah. And then you have, I remember I had one recruiter. He asked me, "You feel like joining the military? You know, you big strong kid." I'm like, I think I was 16 at the time or something like that. I was like, no. like what? Go out there and get shot? I'm good. I don't feel
do
like
that here.
Right, yo, in the hood, like I can get shot at here, man. Like, I don't need to do that overseas for something I don't know what's going on. So he was like, "You're not always going to be infantry. We have other opportunities." And I'm like, "Can I choose that?" And he was like, "Well, that's the thing. Is like you have, what is it like?" When you're more geared to something, affinity or something like that.
Yeah, they make you take that.
Depends on what your
test.
affinity is.
ASVAB or ASVAB, whatever they call it.
Yeah, so it's like it's what your affinity is. So depending on which military branch you go to, they'll have different jobs on the front lines, or not even in the front lines, in offices, things like that.
Engineers, all that stuff.
I was like, yeah. Immediately in my head, I was like, I don't get to choose. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think so, because that can be anything. It's like, here's your gun, go out there, shoot that person.
Yep, that's that army for you. Like, we need those guys on the ground. Anybody can learn how to shoot a gun. You pull the trigger.
Boot camp got some horrible stories. You know, I've heard so many
people
stories.
Kill themselves in boot camp. People die in training exercises. It's just, it happens.
Oh. Somebody lift their head, get shot. You know what I mean? When they're not, I'm all right. Might. I'm good. But anyway, this is amazing channel. The some of the stories on it are really cool to listen to. It's cool to see different people's perspectives on things.
Yeah.
And they talk about it here, and I like how they do it in VR. This Seymour guy, like he put some really like good effort behind his videos when it comes to like the whole VR thing and like the conversations. Really nice. So I would hope you guys check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna sub to him right now. Check it out.
847,000 subscribers.
I'm gonna do him a solid. I'm gonna hit that bell icon.
Grew pretty quick.
That's pretty cool. I'm glad that someone is. Well, number one, I'm glad that these conversations are taking place. I'd rather it not be on VR chat, but as long as people are talking, that's the most important thing, because there's probably for if these conversations weren't taking place, then all of that frustration will build up and that causes mental health issues. Maybe somebody talks to him, or maybe they talk to each other and they get a better, just to have somebody to vent to or just talk about their frustrations can help, tons and tons of people. So I'm glad that, I didn't know VR chat was nothing like this. I just thought VR chat was a bunch of trolling and, a lot of all the negative stuff that you hear, so that's what's up.
I've been in VR chat, not VR chat before, but I've been in something similar to it. And I remember I was just kind of standing there looking around and I didn't really know what to do. And I've had people like look like models or whatever, look at me and then teleport to me and just started a conversation because they saw me by myself. And it's like really cool that people still do that, and I feel like in VR chat, people can be a little bit more friendlier because it's still that
you're hiding behind an avatar.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're right. They chose the white for that.
If you look at the video, it's 1.3 million views. I want to say a few weeks ago, or not a few weeks ago, but when it first came out, the third or fourth day, it had hit like 300,000 views, and I thought it wasn't going to climb from there. It already hit 1 point something million, and that is one of the highest videos on this channel right now. So if 1 million people can watch that, keep doing it. Even VR chat or not, keep doing it.
Yeah, definitely that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep that open and check out the rest of that when we're done.